Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle, jingle. Oh, sugar. Sorry. Let me turn that off. Hello, and welcome to another midweek meeting. I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're getting in the Christmas spirit, like me. Jumpers at the ready. You probably written your list and most of your cards now. As you know, there's only 233 sleeps before Christmas. So it's going to be exciting. Yeah, no, I haven't lost it completely. Well, yeah, let's agree to disagree. But I have been starting to think about Christmas. And those of you who are at tonight's Justice and Peace meeting will hear some of my thoughts for some celebrations around Advent and leading up to Christmas for us and the community. Yeah, I know, something of a forward planner, but you know, if you give me a bank holiday, I'm going to do something with it. And so to get me in the Christmas mood, to get me in the vibe, I put on my jumper, my hat, and got thinking about Christmas films. And if you're going to say you shouldn't be thinking about Christmas this early, I'm sure Mariah Carey wrote All I Want for Christmas in the middle of a heat wave in New York. So there you go. Anyway, this is one of my favourite Christmas films. It's A Wonderful Life. Now, if you don't know it, if you haven't seen it, what is wrong with you? But it stars James Stewart as George Bailey, the kind and caring everyman who gives a lot to his family and friends and local community. But in the film, we watch as after a series of coincidences and calamities, he feels as though his life as he knew it was over. And so it's on Christmas Eve 1945 that he drives out to a bridge and considers ending his life. And it's at this point that Clarence comes in. Clarence is an angel, obviously. Oh, am I jittery? Oh, I think my computer's getting slower and slower. I need to do something about that. I'll get the boss onto it next week when I'm away. So Clarence comes in. Clarence is an angel. I think second commander or second degree angel. Clarence has got some work to do. But essentially, he is able to give George the chance to see what his life would be like for the community and the world if he ceased to exist, if he never existed in the first place. So George gets to see what happens to his friends, his family, his workmates, and all of those around him, even further afield, even those who were in the war. Second World War, if he had never existed. And spoiler alert, it's not very good. People's lives are generally a bit darker, a bit harder, a bit more depressing. And so, the positive is, George decides to live, the community rally around him, Clarence gets his wings, and it's a Merry Christmas for all. Why am I thinking about this? Well, as I say, in the Christmas zone, angels for the church, etc. But it's also because I've been thinking about the second of our 7 questions. You might remember, you might not, but you might remember that we're looking at 7 questions over the next few months to help us work out what a new normal, what a post-COVID church life, purpose, identity, etc. might look like. We looked at the first one last month. Why do we exist as a congregation? And this coming Sunday, we're going to look at the second one. What would be lost in our community or in our world if we ceased to exist? What would be lost in our community or in our world if we ceased to exist? So your invitation for this week is to give that some thought. If you're a member of Castle Square or St David's Uniting Church, you might want to think about the local congregation and try not to think about how you might feel, because those of us who are a part of those communities would lose out, but maybe try and feel about the wider community in the world. What would be lost there if we cease to exist? If you're part of our wider church family, you might like to share with us what you would miss about St David's Uniting Church or Castle Square, or you can think about your own faith community. What is it that would be lost around you guys if you cease to exist? So have a think about that. On Sunday, we are going to have a 5-minute only, I promise you, group sharing, in which you're going to be invited to share your responses to that. And if you're willing to share them beforehand, then send them to me, and I'll include a few of them in my words and in my part on Sunday. So the question again, what would be lost in our community or in our world if we as a congregation ceased to exist. So, that's the challenge for this week. Last week's one then was a kind of an offshoot of that first question. Why do we exist as a congregation? Because we said it's to shine bright with the light of God. And that got us thinking about light in general. And how photography comes from photos, meaning light, and graphy, which kind of means representation by means of lines or drawing. So photography means drawing with light. And so we invited you to send in photographs on the theme of light. And as we said, it could be literal, it could be metaphorical. You could take it wherever you wanted to. So you're going to see the examples that some of us have shared now. And hopefully they'll lift the spirits, as some of the respondents, said it made them feel when they sent them in, when they look back on these pictures of light. So that's it for this week. I've got to get back to my Christmas list. So enjoy, shine bright, make sure your Christmas list gets finished, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Now the ground is wide, go it while you're young. Take the reins tonight, sing the sleighing song.
I just realised I don't know this second verse. Does anyone know this verse? No? Let's get on with it. All together now. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells.